Hi again, and we're back with our third episode. No, this is the fourth episode.
Episode 4, yeah.
Hi, we're back with episode 4 of A Hopeful Take. We are going to go over Temptation Island episode 2 in this one. But before we do, I'm Hope. This is my husband, Chris.
Hello, still Chris.
Still Chris. Did that last time too. Is that going to be your new thing?
I don't know, it could be. We also messed up the intro, which I thought was very funny.
Well, I don't know how to count.
That's okay.
So numbers are hard.
Every time somebody's like, can you do some quick brain math? I'm like,
No.
no, we're going to be here a while. Let's not
No,
do
I
that.
cannot do that. Don't even ask me to use the calculator. I will input it wrong.
Yeah.
I failed math in school for a reason.
Oh, me too.
But that reason was apparently to do podcasting. So
Yeah.
it worked.
Living our best lives.
Exactly. And that includes watching a lot of Netflix.
We have
all the time.
The next couple of weeks of Netflix are going to be pretty juicy.
They will.
And I already started.
There's going to be a lot. And then I think we have Netflix is a Joke coming up.
Oh, yeah, that's usually in May, right?
Yeah.
May, June.
Roughly around there. I think that's coming back.
I sure hope so.
We just finished up Funny AF with Kevin Hart. We'll watch his roast on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
And so after this is already, once this comes out, we've already watched it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess that's true. We've already seen everything.
But either way, we just finished watching Funny AF, which was Funny AF, as
Sometimes,
the title
yeah.
proceeded to say.
Honestly, I would have I like the whole idea of the competition, but
it was cool.
Yeah, I honestly would have watched a whole show with just them having like 15 comedians from the area in different venues and just talking about them.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like my favorite part of just seeing all the different characters and like even if they sucked, who cares?
But I did really like the live voting aspect to it. Like,
that was cool.
It's not what it was when we were younger and whatnot, where you had to text in for a certain name at a certain time with all this, and it would cost you to do it. Now the cost is just the monthly subscription fee.
Well, I'm old enough too to remember when you had to call an operator who would take down your answer.
See, I remember those things.
Yeah.
I was not old enough to participate.
No, neither was I. I was still just a little babby, but I do remember it.
Yes. You'd have more memories than I would, though.
Yeah. Old man.
But we have watched quite a few. I love most of the comedians on Netflix. I quite enjoy watching comedy specials, so I like how much there is and like the diversity of the comedians that are on there.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some that are on there where I'm like, why do you have a special?
I know. Well,
why did you get this? Okay, I'm funnier than that. Sure.
There's a few comedians too that like don't have specials. I'm like, how did they miss the boat?
Brad Williams.
Brad Williams is a big one, but
I love him. He's so funny.
I wonder. I assume his YouTube's monetized, but I doubt he makes as much money as he would from a Netflix special.
I think it is.
He gets like a few million views, but he'd probably get that even more than that on Netflix.
Oh, 100%. He's so funny.
But yeah, Funny AF was a good show.
It was Funny AF.
Season 2 will eventually come, which will be another great watch.
Yeah, he had said that there's going to be more seasons of that, which I'm assuming it'll just get better because they
had like sold out stadiums too. Like that was a big draw.
They did.
And then on top of the show, all the publicity Netflix gets, like, yeah, no brainer that they're gonna do that.
Like it doesn't matter if they won or not on the show. They got their names out in their face, and it'll definitely help them in the end. We also watched what is it? Should I Marry a Murderer?
Yeah, Should I Marry a Murderer? What a ridiculous.
So on the opposite end of comedians, we also very much enjoy all the murder documentaries and all the true crime things.
And that was almost like a testament on like how not to date as well.
It really was.
Like, you get thrown like a giant red flag, which obviously like the person she was dating was a murderer. It's in the friggin' title, no spoilers there. But yeah, like when you get thrown a red flag like that, like how do you react?
I think you don't marry them. And we had talked about it while it was happening, where it was like, I love you dearly. We are married. If you looked at me right now or tomorrow or even in a year and said, hey, I got to tell you something. I murdered somebody. Yeah. Oh!
And like spoilers, I guess, for the next like minute or two. But yeah, like they talk about, she also says like, he asked me to help dissolve the body and dispose of it. And I'm like, this guy is insane.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
And like then the whole like spiral with her and then the drug use, and then she ended up staying with him for a while, even while he was testifying, and like
when he was still under investigation before there was any sort of court or anything, She
Yeah.
definitely went down a bad path.
And this is
And
like,
I understand why and how she got to
oh
that
yeah.
path. Still not a good one, but there's so many things. I feel for her in that, because like, yeah, this whirlwind romance that you're now a part of.
Not even a whirlwind anymore. They're together like a year and a half before he told her. He had proposed.
No,
Yeah.
it was a couple
I
months.
don't think it was. I think it was much longer than that. No, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was longer than that.
No, it was, they were only together for like a month before he proposed. And then it was like a
I
couple
don't think I
night
remember being that quick.
it was. And then it
Okay.
was like a couple nights after that that she was like, "Hey, is there any, like, if we're gonna get married,
Hmm.
is there anything that, I should know that you should tell me?" And he went, I hit and killed somebody accidentally.
Which allegedly was
Well,
his brother as well. That was the one driving.
he didn't hit and kill his brother. Twin brother was in the car.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I guess for clarity, apparently the brother was the one driving, and then the guy she was marrying was in the passenger seat but helped dispose of the body.
Yeah, on their property of farmland and
Yeah.
in the Highlands of Scotland and all that
Which, like, before
fun
we move
stuff.
on to Temptation Island, the only thing I want to say is that, like, this is the biggest issue, and we talked about it with, like, police and investigations. Like, they're so bad at protecting witnesses.
They are horrendous. Yes, please report things when they need to be reported, but don't expect them to protect you because they won't.
And when I say protect, I didn't mean like he went to go like kill her. I mean
No,
like she was a very vulnerable individual, and she should have been given like, for one thing, she should have never been called to testify. It should have been a commissioner statement. She should have had proper like victim services with
they
her.
literally said in the documentary, "Oh, well, she's a doctor. She's smart. She'll be fine."
Yeah, we
That's
shouldn't.
not how emotions work. I am a highly intelligent person sometimes, and I am still very mentally gone and need to be medicated. So
Yeah,
like, intelligence does not equate to emotional stability,
yeah, we absolutely shouldn't assume anything for anybody. And like
especially victims and
that's the
things like
problem is
that.
they assess each situation individually, so you never know.
And I get that things do need to be individual to a point, like, not, it's not one size fits all across the board for things like that, but there should be flat out victim services for
Yeah,
regardless of what the victim is of crime of.
yeah,
It,
insane.
there's a lot. The thing of, we have um a criminal system, not a justice system, is very
Yeah, we
accurate.
haven't had a justice system in a very long time.
I don't think we ever have, to be honest.
At one time, that's the whole basis of it, but yeah, not so much anymore.
Not really. But what our basis is of is Temptation Island, and
Season two,
words are
episode two.
hard.
Which, okay,
Yes.
hold on, sorry. We found out that we're getting a third season already. Like Netflix, it's
Yeah.
like advertising that
We literally, going over episode 2, it came up that a new season's coming soon, and we went, "What?"
already.
We waited like 2 years for season 2, and now we're getting season 3 in a couple months.
Yeah,
I'm not complaining.
we never have a date, but I'm assuming yeah they wouldn't say it's coming soon if it wasn't for a few
No,
months.
but it'll not necessarily. It'll also say that when it's in a few weeks or whatever,
It's
they just
true.
don't have the release date. I just mean, like, this wasn't released that long ago. Like,
No, it wasn't.
it'll only be a couple months in between the two seasons being released
Oh, probably yeah.
instead of 2 years in between, which I'm
Yeah,
not complaining about. I do really like the show, and
it's a good show.
we were sitting there for a while, like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna get season 2, and then a year later,
Yeah,
it came out saying that we were getting it finally, which was nice.
yeah,
Episode 2 started with their first dates with their new partners that they chose. Um, we went over all of those partners in episode 2 of the podcast.
hopefully by the time this releases too, they'll all be in that podcast playlist.
We're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we YouTube's got so many barriers in terms of getting you
It does.
onboarded. Like since we made a new channel and stuff, we had to verify ourselves, then we had to wait to then be able to create stuff. And
Send us a selfie video of yourself so that we know you're a person and not a robot.
it's like, what are we doing in front of the camera here?
Okay, I guess. Sure, because the robot couldn't figure out how to
Oh,
do
I
that.
know.
But that's whatever.
Yeah.
So these first dates, they decided to make as group dates so that they wouldn't be so awkward.
Which are like one-on-one group dates still. Like they're not like in a big group
Yeah,
together.
they just went to the same place at the same time to do the same things separately,
Yeah, yeah.
which is fine. It just makes things not as independent and not as awkward right
I
off the
guess,
bat, I
yeah.
guess.
Because like when you think about it, sorry, when you think about the women, like so the two dates, the women got to be on boats in the marina, which was beautiful, and then the
Separate
men
boats.
separate boats, so they were very much like isolated still. Like I don't think somebody's swimming over, but there's like production on every boat. There's boats with production on it as well, so it's not like well, I don't even want to think about how annoying that was to film, but yeah, you can see like there's so many people everywhere.
Oh, all the time. And then the guys went to an ice cream truck food truck,
Yeah.
which I don't think anybody complained about. I just think the duality there
I
is
also didn't see
really
anybody
funny.
eating ice cream, by the way.
That's true.
Like nobody had ice cream, and they were just like, people were talking about it, and people, I saw people in line for it too, but we never saw anybody eating ice cream.
I wonder if that was probably done intentional because Netflix didn't want people clipping that.
No, maybe.
Mm, yeah.
Netflix. There's so many weird things to clip on Netflix anyway, so why would that be the
Netflix
stopping
has
point?
weird editing. I don't know.
No, it's true.
But they literally they're all on these individual dates together. Um, and what the girls literally the entire time are like, yeah, so this was my issues in my relationship and here's my problems with him, and the guys are like, yeah, okay, no, I totally get what you're saying, where you're coming, and they're like being there for them. And then on the opposite side at the food truck, the guys are sitting there like, oh yeah, no, my girl sucks, and like she doesn't like this, that, or the other thing about me, and she just sucks with all of this. And the girls are like, you deserve to feel like wanted. What? Okay, sure. I don't think you guys have any idea what's wrong with your relationships, but sure. They come back from their dates into the girls' villa. The guys, one of them is like a chef or something, or he just really likes to
Yeah, I was
cook.
one of the guys that did not go on the date. He was just chefing it up in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
he's like, well, I may as well show them like my love, which is cooking. So, like, here's some food. I made you a whole spread. And I think that is like really nice. I would enjoy that. Not from you. You can't cook.
Oh no, don't let me in
I
the
love you
kitchen. Yeah,
dearly. Don't go in my kitchen. It's
yeah,
my
no.
kitchen. But
Sometimes I clean in there. That's really the extent of it.
yeah, you don't cook. That's fine. But I can't say that it wouldn't be nice to come home from a long day of something, of whatever it is, and like, oh, my meal's ready? Okay, cool.
Knowing how picky you are, though, I'd rather you make it yourself.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
And the guys come back and the girls are like, we're gonna do a luau night because we're supposed to be tempting. That's what they say.
Is that the
And
girls did?
yeah.
Oh, I thought they did the slip and slide. The hell's a
Well,
luau?
no, they said it was going to be a luau night. I don't know what their plans for it was, and then it started raining, and the guys went, "We should do a slip and slide." Sure, do a slip and slide in your late 20s. We'll see how that goes.
Kind of fat. I think I just roll mostly, but I'd be down.
I don't know if I would roll, more so bounce,
Oh, I guess that's a good point. Also,
but
I feel bad. Sorry for. I was joking about this the first time we watched, and I stand by it the second time. They used up like a whole bottle of like the dish soap, and I was like, whoever had to get this like no name dish soap because they can't have a brand on there, I feel bad because then they had to go back out. They're like watching this all get dumped out. Like, man, I just made a run yesterday. I feel bad for everyone to do that because you know that's some like grunt's job too. Like, hey, they just used like all
I
the
love
dish
that
soap.
you're assuming though that they only had one bottle of the dish soap and not like 30 in the back somewhere.
This is possible, but like out of all the odd things to like, one thing I just don't assume that anybody in those villas is doing dishes. It's probably production.
But that's my assumption with it is production sitting there like, we're going to have a million dishes to do. We have our own dishes.
No, that is true.
They probably had like an entire case of
Is,
the giant bottles of it.
am I wrong? But didn't they stay? Don't they have like a hotel near the villas?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's on an island.
I thought they did.
Like
Yeah.
when they're going to and from the bonfires, we do see other vehicles on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
But it could also just be like a small island. I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is it's an island in Hawaii. I have no clue. But either way, I have a note that I wrote down for it that Mikey, who we don't like his face, um, he gives me crash out baby daddy energy.
Crash Out Baby Daddy.
Yeah, where like I feel like he should have like a baby mama on the side, and it's been 3 years since they broke up, and she finally has a new boyfriend, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You're cheating, but I love you." She's like, "Bitch, you cheated first." I don't. That's what I see with him. He just very much gives me
He's also very
that
flaky and
energy.
like as we're kind of in episode 2 now. It's also the first bonfire episode, which is exciting. But as we move into episode 2, he's also I don't know how to describe it. I feel like he might have been on his guard at the beginning, and now he's kind of like I don't care. Like I want to.
Yeah,
He almost like wants that attention. He wants that energy from somebody. So he's like almost demanding in a lot of ways, especially with like India.
he is an attention seeker, a hundred
Yeah.
percent. Like he literally he sits there at one point talking with a group of the girls. The rest of the guys are over doing their own workouts or whatever. They can do whatever. I don't care. And he's sitting there like, no, like I feel like I'm missing out because like they're all over there like having their guy time and working out, and like I'm just here with you girls, but like you're just so cool.
Which like the B-roll they use too for the guys working out. Nobody's talking to anybody. Yeah, somebody's just doing like flies and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's even looking at each other.
No, they're just working out in the same vicinity
I'm
of
like,
each
you
other.
can't tell me you couldn't have gotten a better shot, like maybe resting between sets, just
Oh, they're
something.
having guy time, not even looking at each other.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not a guy. I don't know what guy time is. You used to go to a gym very frequently. I don't,
Yeah, normally you talk between sets, it wouldn't be uncommon. You see people you know at the gym and you'd stop to chat with them.
but it's not like that's where you're, at least in my opinion, that's not the hangout spot. That's where you go and you're doing things and then you're hanging out after.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's just, I'm also not a gym bro.
Yeah.
So
Neither yeah, neither is Mikey.
that is very true.
And
He is not.
I guess to jump ahead a little bit, because I think it'll be a good spot to talk about it. Him and Cindy, that's her name?
Sydney.
Cindy. Yeah, their relationship evolves. Like we kind of get the full picture of like what happened. Like they met in college, which I don't think we had in the first episode,
Yeah.
right?
No, we did.
Okay, so yeah, they meet in college. Mikey's kind of messing around with a bunch of different women.
Mackie's a hoe.
Yeah, and then Cindy wants to, or Sydney wants to, wanted to date him, but he had, I guess, some other girl he was seeing. So she served him like what Mark didn't want to call an ultimatum, but it was. She said like either like me or her, you have to choose, and
Well,
then
essentially, it's because she was talking with him. She found out, oh, I'm not the only girl. You have essentially a whole girlfriend, and I'm the other
yeah,
girl.
yeah,
So you can choose. It's either me or her. And he went, oh, I'm going to go with her then.
yeah.
She cheated on him. And then he's now mad at the other chick because, oh, well, she cheated. Yeah, well, you were kind of cheating first.
Yeah. And
And now they're together. And now she's like, but you're still the same person.
that was a pretty full look at their, and it's a short relationship too, like a year and a half, but
Yeah.
yeah, they met kind of, I guess, at a tumultuous time between them. They started off on rocky ground, so it kind of paints that full picture. We'll talk about like the actual bonfires in a bit because I think she has quite a telling reaction, and then kind of what happens after that too.
Well, it doesn't help that Mikey goes on later and is like, I'ma be mad cool with you and I'ma fuck around and fall for one of you, so I'm just not opening up.
Oh yeah, and then he says like maybe it's time for me to like be selfish and shoot my shot, and just like brother, what got you here is being selfish.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I think it's just time for me to shoot my shot with India.
Yeah. Which like you have a girlfriend that you're seemingly like attached to in some capacity.
And so desperate to keep, as we see later on.
He cried in the
Cries
first
all the
episode, right?
time.
Well,
All
he
the
already
time.
cried in the first
And then,
episode, right?
yeah, and like it's totally have your emotions. Be an emotional guy. Don't just hold those in. But don't only use them when you're upset that your girl is finally moving on because you're being an idiot. That's manipulation.
And I think in terms of that like first bit there on like the slip and slide and stuff, I think it was only the only other person that had anything really going on was Summit. which like he
Yeah.
slides on it, some girl jumps on him, and then he like twirls one of the girls around, like he picks her up and then spins her around.
And he's not even necessarily doing that. Like, I honestly, the way that he ends up spinning her around, I very much see as the same as like
A kid.
spinning kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
spinning kids. He's just holding on to her hands. She's essentially on her knees, and he's just spinning in a circle as she's on her knees, spinning in a circle.
He has like a leg and an arm, I'm pretty sure, and is like spinning her like that.
I thought it was both hands. Either way, he's holding
It's
on to
yeah,
two limbs and he's
perspective. So hard to
spinning
see.
her. And like that's it. There's nothing more. That I've done that with kids, I've done that with friends, like
Which then
whatever.
Kaylee later on gets upset about because she sees it.
That is such a break of our boundaries.
Yeah.
I would never. He's holding her hands and spinning her on a wet tarp with soap.
It made me think, I'm like, would I be upset if I saw you doing that with somebody else? And my immediate thought was, no, that's kind of the point of the slip and slide. You kind of just messing around with your friends, right?
Right? And I
I don't think it's
thought
crossing
the
any boundaries. You're not touching anything wrong.
exactly. And I thought the exact same thing. Of like, I really don't think I'd be upset with you doing that.
Yeah, I couldn't do
Like,
that though. Like I'm not strong as someone, that's for sure.
granted, those girls are like 50
Like
pounds
60 pounds,
soaking
yeah.
wet. So like you probably you'd fall after 1,000%.
Oh yeah.
But no, I really don't think I'd be upset with that. Like there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Hell, you go out for lunch with one of our female former coworkers quite often.
Oh yeah, I've
You're
seen
like,
her
oh,
most
I'm gonna
too.
go and meet up with this. I'm like, okay, have fun,
Yeah,
enjoy. Let me know how it goes.
yeah, and it is funny. Like ever since we moved here, I definitely have a more diverse friend group than I ever did before.
It's true. Before it was just all your guy friends on Discord and whatnot
Yeah,
from back home, and now it's like now you have our former coworkers and some current coworkers and
yeah,
things like that. And so a lot of them are female.
yeah.
I do not care.
Yeah, well, it's just that trust portion, right?
Yeah,
You build trust, so you don't have to worry about it. Yeah,
yeah. And if you can't trust your partner, you shouldn't be with them.
yeah.
If you can't trust them, don't be with them. I have a lot of opinions on that.
So wait, hold on. We were at the slip and slide. We talked about basically everything that happened there. So the women in their house, like the four main characters, they're playing Truth or Dare. Is that what it is? No, not Truth or Dare. Never have I ever like a game like that.
I have it written down here.
Okay, I'm guessing. I didn't write anything down.
No, he's like, no, I'll see how good my memory goes with
Not
it.
very good.
I wrote things down. It's fine.
Yeah.
And it's in the guy's villa. It's not in the girl's villa. It's in the guy's villa.
Yeah, but the girls are doing something too. What it is, I don't remember. Because then, yeah, the guys they do slip aside. They go back inside. They play Never Have I Ever. They say some gross stuff about each other.
I don't think the girls were actually doing anything other than just talking
Yeah, maybe you're right. I could have
because
sworn they
the
had done
guys made
something.
them food.
Maybe you're right. I could have sworn they had done something, but yeah,
Not really.
yeah. So then the guys go back inside and play Never
Three
Have I Whatever.
spicy, sexy secrets is Summit's idea. At least it's what it shows to be. It very well could be production's idea, and they went, hey, Summit, go and do this. Who knows? Either way, Summit's the one who brings it up. And it's three spicy, sexy secrets in a bowl. And everyone has to guess as to who put what secret in the bowl. First of all, this is a dumb premise. And essentially, what they say they're going to do versus what they actually do are two separate things in the same idea. They say they're going to do essentially three truths and a lie of three sexy secrets. And then they go, oh, well, how about the guys write something about the girls secretly and the girls write something secretly about the guys? So that's what they end up doing. And the main issue with this is one of the first things that's put in the bowl and pulls out. One of the girls pulls out a piece of paper that says, Carter's pussy probably tastes like candy.
Oh, that was Jack. Yeah.
And it was Jack who wrote
Well,
it, who
the thing
has the dumbass hair.
and the thing that's lame about it is they tell each other what the secrets are and who wrote them.
Well, they have to guess who wrote the secret.
I know, but you should just. The whole point is it should be ambiguous. You should just
Yeah.
leave it up because it's a secret.
Yeah. So
Who nobody listened to the Pretty Little Liars theme song.
and I
They
think
should
it's
have.
just gross because, like, what do you, if, first of all, if you taste like candy, you should go to the doctor because either there's some diabetes happening there, or You have used something
Well, wait,
that
what
is
about a
going to give
Blackpink
you an
song, Sour
infection.
Candy? Are you telling me that they're wrong too?
Again, if you are sour, you need to go to a doctor because there's something wrong. You should not be sweet or sour ever. That means there's an infection going on. It anyway. Anyway, um, Mikey ends up writing in, "Better stop giving me that look. I'm trying to be a changed man," and he's saying that to India. It. Why are you trying to be? Why not just be changed man?
Yeah.
Why do you have to continue being the same hoe that you were in
Which,
college?
right, I think it was at that exact moment he has that confessional where he talks about wanting to
Yes.
shoot his shot.
Yes, he does. He's like, I just need to shoot my shot with her. I just need to go for it. I need to. I've been trying to be a good guy this whole time. That's obviously not what this experiment is about.
Oh, I think it's worth noting too. So we have so we're pretty close to the first bonfires. Mark's
Mm-hmm.
about to come in the morning,
Marky
basically.
Mark,
Our boy Mark. So Cole, this entire time has basically just been like a sad boy. Like
the whole time.
he's basically put it on like, I can only do so much to
I
change.
thought things were great,
Now
and
she has to change. She has to do whatever, blah blah. And like it was definitely like a misreading situation. And
he thinks everything
yeah,
is hunky dory peachy keen, and she's like, "You're mean."
no, that's Summit. For her, there was that. Well, I guess we know the issue later on coming, but we find out that he was like unfaithful, literally like a week before they came. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
in some capacity, talking, lying, whatever it was. And I don't
yeah.
think I'm mixing that up with Summit. Yeah. Summit got the list. He got the bad thing, the lie.
But yeah, like it. Mm,
So yeah, morning comes around.
well, not quite.
Okay.
We then get
Well,
a
it's not about
cut
the bonfire.
to the women's villa, and Jack's girlfriend Cheyenne is crying in the bathroom,
Oh right.
and of just a whole bunch of I don't
Sorry, they were
know.
gonna play something. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, they were, and
Mm-hmm.
then there was emotions that came, and they decided not to play.
Mm-hmm.
And Cheyenne is crying in the bathroom, and Sydney goes to follow her and is like, "Are you okay? What's going on?" She's like, "I just don't understand why he could do this, how we could be here. Like, how did we even get to this point? I don't know how to be anybody without him. It's been 5 years. How am I supposed to do any of this?" And Sydney's like, "Girl, he's not thinking about any of this. You got to think about you."
And
Then
then
it
they go
kind of finally
upstairs.
snaps her out.
And then they go upstairs and Sydney fixes her hair.
Yes.
So
Um,
now,
Now it's the next day.
yeah.
Yes. And we wake up to Scarlett panicking and crying first
Mm.
thing in the morning.
Oh right, she has like a breakdown or whatever too.
Yeah. So she goes downstairs crying. The other girls are already down there. The 12 guys are there. She goes past them crying, and they all go, "Are you okay?" "No." "She's crying." "Obviously not okay." So she goes off to the beach with the other three girls, and they're all talking and whatnot about how he just she wants the truth and better communication, and just wants a foundation, and doesn't think that's too much to ask, which I don't think it is either, and feels like that is a big breakdown in her relationship with Cole,
Mm.
because he will not acknowledge where she's at with things, and is like, "Well, I did this, so why aren't you okay?" Because emotions don't work that way.
Yeah, they have, I think, the biggest disconnect out of all of them. I think a lot of like, yeah, obviously the couples like dissolve in different ways, but I think they just like straight up aren't on the same page. There's something else going on.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot with them, and we do learn later on that like things are relatively toxic between the two of them on both ends.
Mm.
um but she seems to not be able to let anything go, and he can't read the situation.
Yeah.
He can't, look past what is physically happening in front of him. Oh yeah, I have it written down here. Mikey says maybe being a genuinely good guy is not what this experience is about. Maybe I just got to shoot my shot with India.
Mm. And then yeah, so Mark shows up,
It says we're going for our first bonfire.
which like the guys look very sad about. more sad than the women do. I think the women are like, okay, interesting. Let's see
Well,
what
the
happens.
girls know that they're going to see something that they don't like. It's just a matter of what they're going to
Yeah.
see is what they don't
And I
know.
believe we only see like the women's portion of them even going there. They all seem apprehensive. They're all worried in different ways.
Yes. We don't get the guy's bonfire in this episode.
Yeah. And then they get there. The women sit down with Mark, and then they go around. I'm assuming you wrote down the order,
Yes.
but yeah. So then they start their bonfires. So the bonfires basically get to see a few kind of out of context clips. They're edited, chronologically differently
Well,
than it happens.
he
So
says you see a glimpse, not the whole story.
yeah.
He flat out tells them that quite a few times. This is a glimpse. It's not the whole story. It's something for you to think on, get some perspective. We'll discuss it, and then you can move on with some other things. It's not the whole story, which is very important to remember for some of it. But it's also, I think it also helps to a point because, like, okay, well, I don't always need to know the whole story.
Yeah.
Why are you acting like that?
Yeah.
I
So
don't need the whole story around, oh, well, you were upset, this, that, and the other thing. Why are you hanging on that person?
mhm.
I can get that part. But so, yeah, we get into the first bonfire. And this is also the only time in the entire season where we see the girls' bonfire first.
Oh, I guess that's fair. Yeah, but we don't know that at this point. We're only
Yeah.
2 episodes in.
But I think it's also, I think it's the only episode where we don't get both bonfires in one episode.
Usually we get some of both bonfires in one episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never full of both, but it's usually some of both.
It's not split up.
Yeah.
This is the only time that it is. So we start with Cheyenne seeing clips of Jack. And it starts with Carter's pussy tastes like candy. Um,
She freaks out, obviously.
yeah, which I don't blame her.
Yeah.
Because if I saw
Well, she was already apprehensive about being there. They've been
yes,
together 5 years. She thinks that like they can actually make it through if they could figure their
she's
stuff
like,
out.
we've been together 5 years. Why is he even thinking these things? This is not his personality. I've never seen this kind of person. Why is he like this? We've been together for 5 years. People can have entirely different personalities outside of the relationship. I am a different person with my friends than I am with you
Yeah.
because that's just how it goes.
And I think for the first person, like, what's her name again? Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Okay. So when she finds out about this whole thing, she's like, I don't want to be here. I can't believe I came here. I can't believe you talked me into it. She's freaking out, just absolutely freaking
He's
out.
the one who wanted to be here. This is why he wanted to be here.
And then, yeah, so then she's freaking out. She doesn't want to be there. She's like kind of panicking. And then Mark's like, the alternative is you're at home with Jack and things are the exact same. And she calms down pretty quick. I was like, oh, smart words, Mark.
Mark is amazing.
Well,
I love it. I as much as I love your, I get sad too sometimes. If I could have just like Mark on speed dial.
the thing is, there's no, for me at least, there's like, in that situation, there's very deep emotional attachment.
Yes.
For Mark, there's zero emotional attachment. He's like, I'm a host.
No, he's just a dad.
Yeah. He's a dad. He's a host. Like, there's
100%.
nothing more, right?
Yeah, but I would like to have him on speed dial to be like, hey, no, we're good. It's fine. Would you rather be in the same situation? No, so we're gonna figure it out. Okay, cool. Talk to you later. Like, he seems like somebody to be able to calm me down in like 0.2 seconds. But yeah, Cheyenne is crying and thinks that he would take things slower and is very surprised by who she's seeing on the other side of the screen. Which I think if you knew what you were coming into with this, why are you surprised with what you're seeing? But sure. So she's crying a bit, but she gets over it relatively quickly. And we move on to Scarlett next. And we see Cole go on to say, all I do is apologize and take the blame for everything. The past 2 months have been amazing. And she, like, why can't she see just how honest and transparent that I've been? She doesn't feel like this at all. Scarlett does not think that they are okay in the slightest. She's like, no, we are rocky. I told him before we split up of like, we are not in a good place. We need to work on this. We need to work on ourselves. And he's like, I apologized for the lie I said 2 years ago. What's wrong? She's like, you lied 2 years ago. Neither of them can get over anything.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they also had like a more recent thing too.
Yes,
But I think we learned that later on.
later.
So
So they're just very fragile and rocky, and Scarlett's just very confused as to why he can't use his brain and see these things. And I think he's confused as to why she's using too much emotion and not enough of her brain.
and then so post them too because they have like the more tame beginning for it. So I think
Yes.
just generally they're all their bonfires between Cole and Scarlet are just whatever. And then it moves on to Kaylee and Summit,
Yes.
who then Kaylee sees Summit twirling around the girl. She sees the girl jump on his back, and I
Yeah.
think that's about it. To be honest,
She's upset about it
I think that's it.
because she doesn't like how flirty he's being. She's like, I would never let a guy do that to me. Why is he
She
like,
freaks out, like she
this goes
proper
against
freaks
every
out.
boundary that we set? And I'm like, he can't. Okay, sure. That's very strict boundaries. Sure. Um,
Been together a year, by the way.
a
They
year,
they just broke up. She gave him the list.
which we find out later. So she's upset that Summon is spinning this girl around and that he's being flirty at all and that uh, he is too much of a flirtatious person and that he's too outgoing and he doesn't think she's outgoing enough or anything. And it's just there's a lot between these couples where it's like, you're too much of this. Well, you're not enough of this. Well, obviously you're not meant to be.
And then we also find out, through her basically just rambling that there's some like insecurity due to like what he says about her body, like you need to go
Yes.
work out, and then he
So here,
criticizes her.
this is my main issue with Summit,
Mm-hmm.
and he does recognize this later on.
Yeah.
Um, but he, in my opinion, if you are going to tell your partner, hey, I think you need to go to the gym or do this or that,
Mm-hmm.
it should be out of concern for their health and
Yeah.
well-being, not, hey, I'd really like it if you were skinnier or had this or that or whatever else. So go and fix that about yourself. No,
Yeah.
no. He wants her to go and work out all the time so that she can be a certain size. And she started doing that for a bit. She started to bulk up instead of just slim down. And he went, you're too bulky. And she's like, well, I don't understand. And so then she had slimmed down. He's like, you're too skinny. And so it's constant criticism of what she physically looks like and how she's not his exact type and everything else with that. That's not good.
But she also admits that while that is true, that he also does make her feel very beautiful sometimes. So, and
Yes.
obviously, you shouldn't have both sides of it. It should
No,
really just be like, you appreciate your partner's looks, not sometimes you do.
exactly. And we were talking about this before we started.
Mm-hmm.
You, as somebody who loves me, is very biased to what your opinions of me and what I look like are.
This is clothing related, by the way.
Clothing related. Because I have the same, my mom has the same problem. Get a new dress, get a new whatever. And it's like, hey, what do you think? I'm not sure what I think about this. Oh my God, it looks amazing. You look great in it. I love it. I don't see any of the problems that you're seeing. Great. Thank you so much. I'm going to go call my mom because I need just a second opinion really quick. And then I'll go off of that one because I know you love me. And I know that regardless of what I'm wearing, I could wear a trash bag and you'll go get in bed. Like,
Yeah.
there there's no care on your end about that. So unless something really doesn't look good
Mm-hmm.
or it's like really off or something, I know that you'll tell me like, I don't know if I like that one because you have
I
before.
have, and I am as honest as possible too.
Exactly. But I
Because
also
I know
know,
it's not one of those things like, do you think I'm pretty? It's like, do you think this would look good on
like,
me?
does this look good? Not, do I look fat in it? Is like, does this, am I crazy? Or does this look good? Or does this actually look a little weird?
Mm.
Like, and there are some times where I also know that you're just a guy. So I have to call my mom and be like, hey, do these match or no? And I go off of that opinion. But that's, in my opinion, very normal and healthy.
Mm.
Because my mom also does the same thing to me and
Yeah.
has my entire life. I would be woken up at 6:30 in the morning going, hey, your dad says this look good. Does this actually look good? Yeah, no, you're good. Or I see where he's coming from. Change the top or change this or whatever else.
Mm.
It's just very normal, should be, for your partner to love who you are, but also be very biased and not have, distinction
Mm.
on no, I love how you look versus don't know if I like this look. But again, this is clothing, not body. He has never once gone, I don't like that. If anything, you're like, oh, there's more. Let me squish, even if I don't like the squish. But it's okay because I will squish too. It's very important on both ends to touch the butt. We move on to Sydney. Um, and this is where Sydney really decides that she is done, like completely done with Mikey. Because this is where she sees him say, I'm going to fuck around and fall in love with one of you. I just got to shoot my shot and find out how it goes with India. And Sydney's like, this is exactly who I knew you were. This is exactly who you said you were and what you were in college and who you said you're not. And you're being the exact same person. She's like, I can't do this. And she's crying. And we get a lovely shot of this poor cameraman trying to push himself into the back of a bush because of where Sydney and Mark end up. She just walks off from the main area, which is fine. And this poor cameraman, he's like, this is the most awkward moment of my life. And I love that bit.
Yeah.
But she just like, this is where she decides that she is done here and now.
Which I think she knew for a while, but I think that was the definitive
This was the
moment.
confirmation for her.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot coming onto the show where she's like, I'd like to leave with you, but I don't think I am.
Honestly, I'm still same thing. Episode 1. I think she came in knowing she was leaving without him.
Oh, I think so. I think she wanted to leave with him and was hoping that he'd prove
I don't
her
even think that.
wrong.
I'm so firm on the fact that seeing everything from episode 1, I'm like, she came in and she knew I'm leaving without this guy. I think she just needed like one thing to be like, here's my excuse, let's go.
And I'm not disagreeing with that. I think there was some subconscious where she's like, I'd like to leave with him. I don't think I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to prove me right as to who he is.
Could be.
And because she went in with that, as soon as she saw what she knew was going to be right and what she knew he was going to do, she went, I'm not playing this game.
Yeah.
I will move on and I will go and do what I want with who I want. And that's exactly what she does.
Yeah. Which we find out in episode 3.
And that's where it ends.
Basically, yeah, that freak out and that, Mark trying to console her, the production guy hiding in the trees. Like, that was the end of episode 2.
Yep.
It was kind of a more eventful episode because you start to see the turmoil roll through. And
not just, here's our relationship and how long we've been together.
You get to know the characters a lot more. And that being said, the characters change pretty quickly after the first bonfires.
They do. They do. Yeah. Because now they're like, oh, well, what did they see? Oh, no.
Yeah, I think it's the next bonfire where everything goes cataclysmic, and that's pretty fun. This is a good season, I think, of just reality TV in general.
It is. We have definitely seen worse shows, but I don't know how much better we've seen.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think Temptation Island, because it tries to like be this show where they're like actually helping people. I'm like,
it's a different type. It's not just here's some sexy people that you might want to hook up with for some money. It's very much, hey, you got some problems. Let's see if we can fix it while showing off to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a fun show.
I like it quite a bit too. But
I'm excited that we're going to get season 3 before 2 years from now.
I know, it's kind of, yeah.
It's weird how fast it's coming, but I'm excited.
I think by the time we check in next week, we'll have seen the first, 4 or 5 episodes of Perfect Match as well.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like super exciting. I can't wait to talk about that.
I like Perfect Match. That one, though, that one has its own problems that we discussed like last episode or whatever, where it's like, but it's never the couple that we want to. It's always the one that's just gotten together in the last 2 days that wins.
It's a popular vote more than anything else.
That's exactly what it is. It's the popular vote because everybody goes, oh, well, these people have these issues. Well, they don't have any issues because they've been together 24 hours.
Yeah.
It works, but it's a cute show, and I can't wait.
And that about sums it up for us this week.
On episode 4.
Yeah.
I didn't miss the outro.
That was the outro. We didn't say thanks or anything. Just bye, peace out.
Bye. That is episode 4 of A Hopeful Take, and I hope that we had a good take on it. That was more than just, I don't like these men. I don't like these men though.
I'm gonna say thanks for all the support on the first few episodes.
Yes.
We appreciate any feedback we're
We've
getting.
gotten a lot more traction than we expected, especially this early on. If
Yeah.
you have anything that you would like us to go over, or have questions or comments or concerns about the show or your own relationships or experiences or whatever else, let us know in the comments. We will happily go over them. We
Yeah.
did mention in the last episode that my dad got life insurance on himself, and he commented that he is concerned that my mom's going to do something. We're not going there.
Yeah.
So we do look at the comments. We will respond. Uh,
We probably won't respond, but we'll see them.
we'll try.
Yeah. But don't forget to like and comment, subscribe. We'll be back again next week. We are still looking to expand to Spotify.
We'll see how that goes.
We had a little hiccup because we just didn't do it this week. That's basically what the hiccup was. And then we'll check in again next week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. It's really about it right
The only two,
now.
you can find those in the description
Yeah. Right now we're
links.
basically just doing, stream clips. If you don't want to watch the whole episode, you can see a few fun clips from the episodes on there. But
Exactly.
at some point,
Eventually, we'll get to some other videos, like some trends. And
yeah, and we've been talking about doing other stuff too, just in general. So
I'll
we'll
make
we'll
him do
see.
some other social media things.
Yeah, we'll see. But until next week, peace out.
Thanks for joining us.